Hey, welcome everyone. Sir Heroscape here today, coming at you with another installment of Ranking Heroscape Age of Annihilation. Today we're going to be covering Iron Lich Viscerot. Just before we do, again, we're trying to reach 4,000 subscribers. We're doing a stopgap at 3,500. We're doing tons of giveaways. Subscribe, right? There's going to be tons of giveaways. In order to get in that giveaway, though, you need to comment on the giveaway video in the description and at the end of this video. There's a bunch of stuff. Go check it out. It's, you know, I'm excited just to give you guys a bunch of cool stuff for all the support that I've been getting. So get excited. Additionally, Age of Annihilation Waves 1, 2, and 3 are all available to order. Everyone's getting their stuff and playing and going to tournaments. Get your stuff now while you can. Get it pre-ordered. Wave 3 has been announced. If you already plan on buying Heroscape, by all means, please help support the channel and use the affiliate link in the description. And get excited because more stuff continues to come out. We've got stuff coming in February, stuff coming in April. They are just pumping it out, and new content is just flowing. So get your wallets ready. Get excited. For now, let's get into Iron Lich Viscerot. Alright, so Iron Lich Viscerot is following Revna. He's Isonek, unique hero, warlord, and terrifying. He's huge. You've seen him in the videos. He's massive, right? This guy is big. Okay, his entire figure is a hit zone, so that is notable. You're likely not going to be hiding him anytime soon. Okay, he's got 3 very relevant abilities. Before we get into those, let's look at his stat block. So 6 life, 5 move, 5 range, 3 attack, 4 defense, 150 points. For that stat block alone, 150 is a little bit high in my opinion, but that's just with the stat block, right? Like if we're just looking at stats, no abilities at all, a little bit high on the points in my opinion. That said, when you think about that similar stat block and compare it to something like a Nilfheim, Nilfheim has 6 life, 6 move. His special attack is 5 range. His base attack is 6 for normal, but then he has the, range attack of 4 3 times. But his base defense is 4. So 6 life and 4 defense, pretty good survivability. And so, Iron Lich is a little bit less than that at 150. Nilfheim's 185. Of course, with the Renegade updated point costs, Nilfheim goes up significantly more. But that's just stat block, not even comparing, the abilities yet. Also, what's very notable is that this is one of the units that is super cool because it has cross synergy to classic Heroscape. If you're familiar with the Legionnaires, Roman Legionnaires, one of their really cool abilities is that they get to bond with warlords. Now, it's not specific like the Sacred Band, where it specifically states an Einar warlord. This literally is any warlord in the game, which makes them one of the most fun units to play. The Legionnaires are so fun because they can bond with warlords from all different kinds of species, and it just makes some really interesting, fun interactions. So that works for this guy. This guy can bond with Roman Legionnaires, which makes a very interesting and cool playstyle where you can have a common squad of 2 or 3 squads of those guys bonding with him and other stuff. And so there's just some really cool interactions and playstyles you can do with that. That aside, let's look at the abilities that he has. So Dismissive Strider, this one is pretty straightforward. He's a massive miniature. Basically, he can move through and over and around all small and medium figures. Normally, you leave engagements with enemy figures that are small or medium, well, any size really. And normally you can't target figures that you're engaged with, but because he's so big, small and medium figures really don't have any impact on the engagements or targeting for attacks. Now, large and huge figures, obviously that's different, but small and medium don't have that impact on him, which I think is really cool. Because it's just very thematic, right? I mean, he's literally massive. A small little spider shouldn't be tying down this, massive, figure. It's really cool. I like it. Vial Injection. Now, this is super relevant, okay? Begin the game with 3 yellow surge markers on this army card. Once per turn before moving another Isonek figure, okay? Isonek figure, that can mean any type of figure. Within 5 clear sight spaces of Viscerot, you may remove a surge marker from this card to add 2 to that figure's move and attack values until the end of this turn. Love it. I love it, love it, love it. I think it's super cool because it adds some really fun crazy plays you can pull off with the Ironclad Puppeteer ability. So Ironclad Puppeteer, after revealing an order marker on Viscerot and taking a turn with Viscerot, you may take a turn with another unique hero or squad you control. Now, this is important. The squad there is not, that doesn't reference common squads. It is the unique part of that power is referencing both hero and squad. If they wanted to be completely obvious, they would have said with another unique hero or a unique squad you control, but the unique applies to both. And so it's a little bit unfortunate because I think it would be pretty cool to future design where you have a common Isonex squad that can be, benefited by this ability, as well as Vile Injection, because Vile Injection, because it specifically states that another Isonex figure, that could be common, that could be uncommon, that could be unique, that, any type of figure. But because of Ironclad Puppeteer, it makes it where it's really only ever going to affect a unique squad or a unique hero, right? Now, something that a lot of people may not catch when you're reading Vile Injection is that Vile Injection actually states that, again, before moving another Isonex figure within 5 clear sight spaces of Viscerot, you may remove a surge mark from this card to add 2 to that figure's movement attack values until the end of this turn. Okay? That could involve a common squad that bonds with him. So right now, he has order markers on him that, and then he uses Ironclad Puppeteer to bond with other units, right? So he takes a turn first, and then you take a turn with another squad or a hero or whatever the case is. But in the future, this is an ability that has future design space. In the future, if you have designed a common squad that bonds with Isonex heroes, then that common squad would allow the hero to go first, such as Viscerot. He would be able to then use a Vile Injection on the common figure, and then the common figure taking a turn would then be able to utilize this ability. So I really like that, right? Where Ironclad Puppeteer makes it so that he himself is unique, has unique bonding to unique figures and unique squads. But it allows for the future possibility of a common squad to bond with him, and he can still use Vile Injection in that interaction, which I think is just really cool, and it's really smart design, because it may never happen that way, we don't know, but it allows it for it to happen if that becomes a thing. So, Ironclad Puppeteer, really good. Multiple actions per turn, multiple attacks per turn is always really good. We've got a lot of Isonex heroes coming down the pipeline with not only the battle ball dudes, chain grabbing dudes. Gosh, I can't remember their names. Obviously they're coming in the same pack as him, but then you also have the Manticore the Hellforged Manticore, and then you also have that other hero coming down the pipe, and so you're just going to have some really good options for these abilities. So when we take his stat block, when we take his abilities, when we take his synergies and his cross synergies with Legionnaires, I think at 150 he's a solid hero. In terms of ranking, I'm going to throw him at a solid B. I don't think he is above average at B+. I think his stat block is decent, where he's going to consistently do some damage here and there, but for the most part, he's going to be kind of really utilizing that Vile Injection ability to get big attacks with other heroes or the Wraith Riders, right? And the Puppeteer ability, he can tank a lot of shots, but he's going to allow other people to do a ton of damage. A lot of those other heroes and squads can deal a lot of damage. He himself can't really, right? And so I think you can do some really nifty things with him. His miniature is awesome. Again, he can soak a lot of attacks and damage with his life and his defense being pretty solid. But I don't see him above average, right? Again, 150 points is quite a bit to design an army around him. And so it's going to be hard to just throw him in an army here or there. You really kind of have to add in the Wraith Riders or add in, another hero to go along with him. And so because of that, I think he's going to sit at a solid B for now. I think as time goes on, as we add more units and abilities to these other units that can bond with him and synergize with him, I think obviously he'll increase in his effectiveness, and maybe he'll go up to a B+ because he's kind of the commander unit, right? But right now I think a solid B for Iron Lich Viscerot, and that's not a bad thing. It's good to have solid B units. So he's sitting at a B for me. let me know what you think. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.